Wine styles, grapes, regions that can sometimes go out of fashion. Think about Austria. They had the antifreeze scandal. They're not very cool, but look at them now. What about German wines? Sticky, sweet, supermarket, plonk. Now, young people are drinking Riesling and they think it's cool. And sometimes when you want to start a revolution, you need a trailblazer. You need someone who's a visionary. And in Malbec's case, that visionary could well be my friend, Jimmy Jam Fingers. Let's go inside Sage Room Wild to discuss the future of Malbec. We're gonna go Malbec to the future. So Malbec, it's safe, it's the predictable choice, everyone knows what it is, but people might not realise that Malbec didn't start in Argentina. It all began in the southwest of France, didn't it? Some immigrants took it to Argentina.
Yeah, they took cuttings over to Argentina.
And that was lucky because all of the Malbec got wiped out by frost and other things in France, so there wasn't much of it left. Today, in 2019, there's a lot of supermarket Malbec out there. There's a lot of boring stuff on restaurant and wine lists. You go in, you choose the second cheapest Malbec and you have it with your steak, which is perfectly fine.
Absolutely. Yeah.
But
we're bringing the focus back to its origin, and I think
back to the roots.
Yeah, back to the roots, and well, I guess you could say we're looking for integrity in the product. But what these guys are doing is expressing the native variety with freshness and life. Yeah. It's insane because you have these really deep, rich characteristics that are definitely indicative of the variety. It's Malbec-ish. It definitely still looks like Malbec, but it's fresh.
It's got energy, vibrant.
It's this breeze of salinity.
So let's compare what people think Malbec should taste like to what proper Malbec tastes like.
Well, made in this region, this small pool of producers, they are hyper focused on expressing the delicacies in this fruit.
So less chemicals and less spraying and things.
You're encouraging life in the vineyard. You're letting the grape do its thing as naturally as possible. What they're showing is that Malbec can be fruity and it can be dark and it can have all these characteristics, but it's also incredibly elegant. It's very exciting.
Amazing acidity. I'm licking me cheeks.
Get your beak in the glass.
Mate,
get your beak in the glass.
Get me beak in the glass.
Get your beak in the glass. What are you getting from it?
If you're in the wine world, you gotta have a big nose, man.
Mate, there's no
Get
point.
it in the glass.
You don't want a short beak.
You don't want a short beak, mate.
From what I've been told, early days of attempts at winemaking in Bordeaux, the wine lacked colour. It was effectively leopard's piss. And so they used to use Malbec, which was...
Get some of that colour in there, all that pinky, blacky, inky.
They used to use Cahors to bulk up the wine, to brick it up with structure and fruit weight. It's pronounced Cahors.
Cahors.
If you want to go on about... So Fabien's dad, this is a wine of Fabien Jouve, we should probably mention. Fabien's dad, he still proudly boasts that it's the wine of Cahors. Cahors is actually the name that the Russian Tsars gave it. The Russian Tsars used to come down to this region and take all the wine. It's very regal in colour.
Do you reckon Putin's drinking this?
Putting it in his mouth? Or
He probably is, isn't he?
Yeah, I reckon.
Why wouldn't he?
Well, mate.
It's lush. That's what Geordie's saying, man.
Lush.
Proper.
It's f***ing lush.
Proper lush.
You've got fruit. There's a nice soft tannin left over, but it's salty. It makes you salivate. It's a dangerous drop because it's also around 12.5%. How's that, Argentina? Malbec delivered at 12.5%.
That is dangerous.
That's dangerous.
Feel free to drink Argentinian Malbec with a steak in a steak restaurant. But if you want to try a different style of Malbec, try the southwest of France because that's really where it all started. And this could go with a lot more foods.
I will draw back to the fact that this is about a very limited amount of producers in this region that are doing this. This is a renaissance that the region's going through, and you can see there's already the ripple effect has already begun. There's a lot of producers all throughout France that are converting to organics, but getting certification is one thing. Actually making wines with respect to the fruit is another thing entirely.
If you come across one of these cool fresh Malbecs in London or in the UK somewhere, the chances are you've got Jimmy Jam Fingers here to thank for that.
I'm just highlighting that there is a renaissance happening, and like I said, it's a limited amount of producers, but they are already available here, Sean. Yeah. I'm just pulling them together to make a statement. So
pulling them together.
Yeah, that's it.
On behalf of all the wine drinkers who like Malbec, you're doing us all a favour.
I hope so.
He is, man. He's good.
All right. Cheers.